which talks about them having completed their prayer, Lord Mahadeva and Mother Annapurni having completed their prayer in their divine abode, and they just completed chanting the Vishnu Sahasranama and Archana. And the mother says to Mahadeva, Mother Parvati says to Mahadeva, saying, I don't know why you should chant your own name, Om Sarvaya Namaha. Sharvaya Namaha, I'm worshipping Lord Narayana. I thought it is your name, and it's one of your names that you are known by. And Mahadeva says, it's actually not my name. It's one of the names of Lord Narayana is known by. He is called so because he is the remover of evil. So Sharvaya Namaha means one who is a remover of evil. The name means that, Sharvaya Namaha. Then he goes on to explain the story associated with the name. What is the story then? The story says that once upon a time, Brahma had 5 heads, not 4 heads. He had 5 heads. So we see 4 heads in different directions. And then you see the 5th head, which was facing the sky, facing upwards. We don't see it, or it's not depicted. So Lord Mahadeva says, once upon a time, he had 5 heads. So the 4 heads, we know that they chant the 4 Vedas. The 5th one was on top and this was chanting on all the Itihasas, Puranas and their secrets. Brahmaji was radiating with intellectual brilliance, but also became terribly conceited, like all of us. When we become popular, when we have some extra grace, we become conceited. So Brahmaji had become conceited, and he also thought the entire world is my creation, and I have no one equal to me in what we can do. So his ego was swelling. We saw Garudji's ego last week, now it's Brahmaji's turn. So the Devas could not take it. Who are the Devas? Indra and his team. They couldn't take it that Brahmaji was, becoming egoistic and was not talking to them even. So they go to the great Mahadeva and tell him, look, this is what he is doing. Please, can you remove the 5th head of this Brahma? So they pray to Mahadeva. Mahadeva is very compassionate, as you know. He's a grantor of boons. So he says, no problem, let's go to Brahma's abode. So they go to Brahmaji's abode, and blinded by conceit, Brahmaji does not even recognize the presence of the great Mahadeva. He just even doesn't look at him. He's full of, as if Mahadeva didn't exist. Sometimes we also do this, right? When we are busy, or when we are, don't want to recognize, we can see through people. That's what Brahmaji was doing there. So to get Mahadeva's attention, to get Brahmaji's attention, Mahadeva dances and he makes noise. That Mahadeva obviously is the primordial dancer. So he does that. Despite that, Brahmaji wouldn't recognize him at all, wouldn't move. So at this point in time, just as we would tear a plant and leaf, the Mahadeva uses his nail of his left thumb and cuts off the 5th head of Brahmaji, right? So he cuts off the 5th head without any effort at all. He just goes near him as he would cut a banana or plant and leaf. He just cuts it off with his left fingernail, thumbnail. And there he performs another dance called the Kapala Nartana, and he dances, and that's it. I mean, he's finished this particular request of the Deva. Now he dances there, and now Brahmaji realizes his fact that he had become conceited and this has happened. Brahmaji realizes that. However, then it's when the dance is over, everything is done, Devas have gone back. Something happens there. With the 5th head that was cut off is now stuck on Lord Mahadeva's hands, right? It's stuck on Mahadeva's left hand. And whatever he might do, he's not able to shrug it off. The Kapala is attached. The Kapala, 5th head of Brahmaji, is now stuck to Lord Shiva's hands. And it's got blood in it, and it's not a good stuff. So, and Brahmaji, as you know, is per the Bhagavatam, Shiva's father. So he looks at him and says, look, you came to take away my pride, but now you are stuck with Brahmahatya. So it's not good. What you have done is also not good. So Brahmaji is now Mahadeva is now asking Brahma, please help me. I need to get this ugly thing out of my hands. It's stuck with me. And Brahma says, look, Parameshwara, I can't help you with this. You now pray to Narayana. Maybe he can help you. So now, and what does Mahadeva do? He goes to Badrikashrama. Janki, if you have got Badrikashrama pictures or the pictures of the Harahara Sapa Vivoshna Perumal, this is the time. So he goes to Badrikashrama and he prays there. In Badrikashrama, Lord Narayana comes and says, hey, what can I do? What can I do for you, Mahadeva? And Mahadeva now says, look, this is the story. And please, can you help me take away this? And this prayer is seen in the Padma Purana, which is one of the Puranas. We don't read that Purana very often. Authentic versions also may not be available, so we don't do that. But there is a prayer that associated with this. And he says the English purport, very briefly, the author is given, "O Lord, the whole universe is your body. I cannot see anything existing without you. Like the limbs of the body activated by the soul, we are all your limbs of body. Won't you protect me, one who has taken refuge unto thee?" So this Guruji today said, one who has become many, right? Just now we heard Guruji's Falastuti, which Guruji explaining the Falastuti, and that's what Mahadeva is actually praying in the Padma Purana to Narayana, saying, please help me. At that time, Lord Narayana comes there. The story goes on further, and I'll explain this in a minute. The story goes on further that Narayana cut his left side of the chest with a nail, and blood flowed, and that blood healed, or took away this kapala. It says blood filled the kapala, and the kapala was then came away from Lord Parameshwara or Mahadeva's hand. Says the story. Then the story goes on further to say that why are you Parameshwara or Mahadeva asked Narayana, saying, why would you shed blood like this to cleanse me of curse? And Narayana says, there is none who is closer to me than you are, and you are a part of my own body, and you are one of those gifted souls to realize this. So what is wrong in shedding a little bit of blood to protect my own limb? In protecting you, I have protected my own limb. So goes the conversation between the two, and the Lord disappears. For those of us who know about Badrikashrama, there is a Brahmakapala Tirtha, or Mother Ganga is flowing in front of the Badrikashrama temple. It is believed that if you do, Janki, you need to project your picture better. I can't see you on the screen. There you go. So you go to Badrikashrama. Thank you, Janki. This temple, the main temple, out just before the main temple, you can see Brahmakapala Tirtham. It's called Brahmakapala. It is believed that for ancestors who have departed, we should do just like we do Gaya Stardam or do rituals in Haridwar, Gaya, etc. Badrikashrama is one of them. This is the story that is behind that particular belief that we should do rites for our departed ancestors in Badrikashrama. Now, I said this is a conversation between Shiva and Parvati. Mother Parvati hears this story and she says, hey, the Lord has done so much for you. Should you not build a temple for him? And Shiva says, yes, I did build a temple. And that is a temple in Tanjavur, in southern India, called Tirukandiyur, where the Lord is called Hara Sapa Vimoshana Perumal, meaning the eliminator of evils of Hara. Hara is Shiva's name. The Lord who eliminated Hara Shapa, or the eliminator of evil for Hara, is what resides in this. So that goes the story, and they both, the divine couple of Kailasha, come and worship the Lord in Tirukandiyur or Hara Shapa Vimoshana Perumal temple. Janki, we have photos of that. Yeah, that's how the temple looks like, the Lord at this place. What is the Falastuti of this name? The Falastuti of this name, very important, very important. You will be rid of all kinds of evil. Pretty much like what Guruji said in today's Falastuti, Vishnu Sahasranamam Falastuti. You will be rid of all evils. Not only you, the whole universe will be rid of all the evils by our prayer if we pray with faith. So that's the story of Sharvaya Namaha. And we contemplate on this Lord at Tirukandiyur. He will eliminate all our mental and physical evils forever, giving us a chance to get in contact with the preceptor. So let's mentally offer our prayers. Pray for elimination of not only our evils, but also the evil called coronavirus, and that the world returns to normalcy sooner rather than later.